storms for Monday and Tuesday, highs in the upper 80s to low 90s. I'm meteorologist Ray Stajic from the Weather Channel on WCLU, your home for local.
Yeah. Thank you, Ray. And checking up on the live in-studio weather screen, radar screen rather, we have a lot of action going on towards the east over in the Virginias. Not much going on in Kentucky, though. We have another green splotch right over Lexington and over in the Corbin area today as well. But besides that, I-65 looks clear from Louisville to Nashville, and not much else going on here in the area. It's going to be a clear day. It's going to be a sunny day. It's going to be a warm one. Checking out our current conditions, we have 95% humidity currently. Our winds are calm right now, and the barometer is at 30.08, and we've had no precip in the past 24 hours here in the WCLU studios. Now it is time for the first check-in of live and local news. I'm Aaron Russell reporting. And first up, ladies and gents, some big names are rolling into Glasgow on September the 6th. Yesterday at Beaver Trail Park, several members of the Entertain Glasgow Committee announced that the return of the Budweiser Clydesdales will be to Glasgow and the second ever Hops and Horses event. And we will have comments from both Mayor Dick Doty as well as the chairman of the Entertain Glasgow Commission, Katie Hawks, at a later time. Besides the horses, there will be plenty of tastings, kids' activities, and games, and even live music. The headliner for the event is Nashville recording artist Dylan Scott. And to make things even better, this event is 100% free to the public. Once again, we will have those comments later. While only some may have heard of the Entertain Glasgow, they have had quite a presence here in our area. They are responsible for the first ever Hops and Horses that took place in late September of last year, as well as the Tunes, Tubes, and Barbecue that you may have heard of back this past June. And so, once again, on September the 6th from 4 to 8 p.m., it will be the second ever Hops and Horses event in Glasgow, and the Budweiser Clydesdales will be making their return back to the Glasgow area at Beaver Trail Park, as well as Nashville recording artist Dylan Scott coming to Glasgow to perform. Should be an exciting time indeed. On Wednesday evening, the Barron County Sheriff's Office took 2 stolen vehicle reports at approximately 8:42. The first vehicle was a maroon color Chevrolet SUV. The second was a black Chevrolet Avalanche. The second caller advised deputies that when his Avalanche was taken, the suspect had left the maroon SUV. And a short time later, when his Avalanche and deputies located the Avalanche on Peninsula Road and they attempted to make a traffic stop. The vehicle then fled down Finney Road and then onto Settles Road. The driver lost control of the vehicle on Yellow Buckeye Lane and fled the scene on foot. The next morning, deputies received several complaints of a white male fitting the suspect's description, knocking on doors in the area looking for a ride. Deputies located the suspect, Brian Parnell, 26, of Horse Cave, and took him into custody. Parnell was charged with theft by the unlawful taking of an automobile of $10,000 or more, and for each of the stolen vehicles. Fleeing or evading of the police of the first degree of a motor vehicle, wanton endangerment of the first degree for a police officer, and theft by unlawful taking of all others by $500 or more, but under $10,000. He was lodged in the Barron County Jail. KSP Post 3 of Bowling Green received a call of an injury collision involving 2 passenger vehicles at 10:15 a.m. Wednesday morning. The collision had occurred near the Green River Bridge on North Jackson Highway in Hart County. Post 3 troopers responded to the scene, and the preliminary investigation indicated that Crystal Steins, 40, of Greensburg, was operating a 2007 Ford passenger car when traveling southbound on US 31E. Steins' vehicle crossed the yellow center line on the roadway into the path of travel of Sally Hallett, 58, of Grove City, Ohio, who was operating a 2015 Toyota Prius traveling northbound. The 2 vehicles collided near the Green River Bridge, coming to their final rest in the middle of the roadway. Both parties sustained multiple injuries from the collision and were transported from the scene by Hart County EMS and Air Evac. The investigation is being conducted by Master Trooper Timmy Jewell, and he was assisted on the scene by Post 3 troopers, the Hart County EMS, Linwood Fire Department, and Air Evac. No further information is available for release at this time. And KSP Post 3 Commander Captain Tim Adams is reporting the following activity by the troopers and detectives for the month of July of 2018. 1,452 citations were written, 310 of those being speeding tickets. Seatbelts were 152 violations. DUI arrest 23. 1,093 complaints were called in, and collisions investigated were 81, and criminal cases open 38. 8, and criminal arrest 169. Kentucky State Police Post 3 covers the following counties: Allen, Barron, Butler, Edmondson, Hart, Logan, Simpson, and Warren counties. And KSP Post 3 will be having a periodic traffic safety checkpoints throughout the 8 counties of the Post 3 area in the upcoming months. If you approach one of these checkpoints, be prepared to produce your operator's license, a valid proof of insurance, and the registration receipt for the vehicle that you are driving. Below is a list of the traffic safety checkpoint locations in the Bowling Green area. This is for Barron County on US 31W at the Edmonson County line, US 31W at the Hart County line, US 31W in Kentucky 255, US 31E in Jack Turner Road, US 68 in Kentucky 255 at Bon Air, Kentucky 70 and Kentucky 314, Kentucky 70 and Kentucky 255, Kentucky 70 and Kentucky 740 at Heisville, Kentucky 1846 in the Old Lexington Road, Kentucky 249 in the half-mile south of the Glasgow limits, and Kentucky 249 at the Monroe County line. We'll be right back with more live and local news right after this here on WCLU Radio. It is 6:15. We're at 65 degrees.
In retirement, where will your money come from? For many people.
Hi, I'm Fred Parrish here at Parrish Carpet in Glasgow, Kentucky. My parents started this business over 50 years ago, so we know flooring here at Parrish Carpet. We have a large showroom and a big selection in stock. We do custom binding and we do free estimates. We've served a lot of people in the 50+ years, and we'd like to thank each and every one of you. So if you have a flooring need, come see us at Parrish Carpet.
Growth begins with an idea. At the People's Bank, that idea is to give you the banking service you deserve. We carry out that idea in everything we do. In fact, it's become our motto, working for you. As that idea continues to grow, let us work for you at our new location, 1300 West Main Street, opening this summer. Let us be the place where your ideas begin, where you get the banking you deserve. Come grow with us. The People's Bank, working for you.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Check out the deals at Gilligan.
Acres divided into 3 tracks. The gorgeous setting is at 80 Phelps Road, just off of the Wynn School Road in southern Barron County. Take 31 East South Scottsville Road and look for the signs. The home is on track 1. It has an open floor plan with 3 bedrooms, 2 full baths, and a 2-car garage. Track 2 has a rental house, barn, and buildings. And track 3 has over 11 acres with lots of options. And yes, you bet there's personal property, lots of antiques, including a 200-year-old iron bed, glassware galore, washer, dryer, cook stove and refrigerator, power and hand tools, a John Deere rider. The best way to know is to attend the sale, starting at 10 o'clock Saturday morning at 80 Phelps Road. In the meantime, check out the complete listing at ElmoreAuction.com. Elmore Realty and Auction, the name you've grown to trust in Barron County since 1935. Dakota Ray Elmore, principal broker and auctioneer.
Welcome back to live and local news here on WCLU for this Friday, 3rd day of August. We are 17 minutes into the 6 o'clock hour, still 65 degrees. As students prepare to head back to school this month, the Kentucky Department of Public Health and with the Cabinet of Health and Family Services reminds parents and caregivers to make sure children and teens are up to date on their vaccines. The Commonwealth's vaccine requirements for school entry, which is modeled after the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, include new requirements for hepatitis A and meningococcal vaccines. We encourage parents to contact their local medical provider to review their child's immunization status to help ensure a smooth back-to-school transition for the upcoming year, said DPH Commissioner Dr. Jeffrey Howard. Effective July the 1st of 2018, all school-age children in kindergarten through 12th grade must show proof of having received 2 doses of the hepatitis A vaccine to attend school. A minimum interval of 6 months between the first and second doses of the Hep A vaccine is required, and if the child has not received the second dose of the Hep A vaccine for the school year, the child's certificate of immunization status will be considered provisional and will expire 14 days from the date of the second dose required. The students age 16 or older must also show proof of having received 2 doses of the meningococcal ACWY vaccine. However, it is more important to note that the first dose of ACWY was received at age 16 or older. The second dose is not required for school entry. For children 16 and older, the certificate of immunization status must show the dates that the child received those 2 doses of Hep A vaccine, as well as the MenACWY vaccine. The hepatitis A and MenACWY vaccines are available through local healthcare providers and are covered at a no-cost preventative service for by most health insurance plans. If your child does not have insurance, please contact your local health department for assistance. Any child with a medical condition who is unable to receive the vaccines will be issued a medical exemption certificate by the healthcare provider. If a parent chooses not to immunize a child based on religious objections, the parent must complete a sworn and notarized Commonwealth of Kentucky parent or guardian's declination on religious grounds to required immunizations form. Immunization forms are available at the Kentucky Department of Education's website. And the Kentucky State Fair will begin hiring next week for 750 temporary positions. A statement from the fair says officials will begin accepting applications on Monday for several positions throughout the 11-day event in Louisville, including admissions, operations, and maintenance, as well as groundskeepers, housekeeping, as well as many others. The statement said that there are indoor and outdoor jobs available, as well as day and night shifts. Pay starts at $9 an hour, and applicants must be at least 18 years old. Seekers can apply online or go to Gate 4 of the Employment Office. The Kentucky State Fair is August the 16th through the 26th. And officials at Fort Campbell say a soldier has died in a trading accident. The Army base along the Tennessee and Kentucky border says that in a news release, the 101st Airborne Division was conducting routine training at the time of Wednesday's accident. The statement says the soldier was pronounced dead at a hospital on the base, and the soldier's name was not immediately released pending notification of relatives. No one was injured in the accident, which remains under investigation. And in local 911 activity, a call came in at 7:10 yesterday morning, fire alarm at American Avenue. Glasgow Fire Department responded to that call. Yesterday at 2:32, a vehicle fire on the North Jackson Highway. The Hinesville Fire Department and Glasgow Fire Department both responded to that call. And then 5:03 yesterday evening, a fire alarm at 520 Westwood Street, and the Glasgow Fire Department also responded to that call. That's all we have in the way of live and local news today here on WCLU. We are at 21, 65 degrees.
From the Kentucky News Network, I'm Jaleesa Chapman. Senator Rand Paul is heading to Russia. Kentucky's junior senator is set to leave on Monday, but his office is not saying how long he'll be in the country. Paul has said he supports President Trump's outreach to the country and to try and engage countries around the world. The stepfather of the alleged Marshall County High School shooter may face charges.
Commonwealth Attorney Mark Blankenship is debating whether to file charges against Justin Minyard for not preventing the deadly shooting. According to Blankenship, Minyard should have seen signs that his stepson, Gabe Parker, was troubled. Minyard is accused of gross negligence for allegedly leaving unsecured guns in his home that were accessible to Parker. The now 16-year-old is accused of opening fire at the school in January, killing 2 and injuring more than a dozen others. I'm Haley Hansen.
A former Pulaski County jailer is facing charges after police say she played a role in a June murder. A grand jury yesterday returned an indictment against Sheila Keith for the June killing of April Nykirk. Keith is facing facilitation to commit murder and evidence tampering charges. 2 other people are also facing charges in the case. And Kentucky State Police troopers are receiving a potential life-saving tool to protect them from harmful drugs on the street. Fentanyl protection kits are being distributed to every trooper on the road over the next few months. The kit includes a full bodysuit with rubber gloves, respirator mask, and safety glasses. Trooper Charles Loudermilk tells WLKY.
We're coming in contact with those type of drugs so often, and the unknown drugs so often, unfortunately, they'll be used every day.
The kits were purchased with $25,000 in grant money from local nonprofit Passport Health Plan. I'm Jaleesa Chapman.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
Daddy, are we almost there?
Sweetie, Daddy's trying to concentrate on the road. We'll be at Grandma's soon.
Dad, I really have to go to the bathroom. Can you pull over?
Well, we'd get there a lot sooner if the semi would just get over. Hang on, everybody. Protect yourself and your drivers by learning how to share the road with big trucks. The Ticketing Aggressive Cars and Trucks campaign is being enforced statewide, so pay attention. Don't be distracted. Brought to you by the Kentucky State Police Commercial Vehicle Enforcement Branch.
It's the summer travel season. To raise awareness of traffic laws and to encourage safe driving habits, state and local law enforcement are out in force during the Blue Lights Across the Bluegrass campaign. The goal is not to write tickets, but to save lives. Don't speed, don't drive impaired or distracted, and always wear your seatbelt. Obey the laws, or you will be cited. No exceptions, no excuses. Paid with federal funds through the Kentucky Office of Highway Safety.
South Central Kentucky Monuments in Glasgow wants you to know that if you've recently lost a loved one, or if you're thinking about a pre-need monument, they're here to make as stress-free as possible, with plenty of examples and a multitude of custom options. South Central Kentucky Monuments has the ability to offer you exactly what you want or help steer you in the right direction based on your preferences. Let my friends David, Jerry, and Adam Jesse provide the service and craftsmanship you deserve. To learn more, visit southcentralkymonuments.com.
Local news time from WCLU is 6:25. We have a temperature reading of 65 degrees. Ray Stajic tells us that we're going to warm up a couple of degrees today, get back to the more normal temperature readings. In area funeral announcements this hour, Darrell Samuel Miller, age 86, of Summershade, died Wednesday at T.J. Sampson Community Hospital. He was a veteran and served in the U.S. Air Force. Mr. Miller had owned his own pastry truck route for over 38 years and was known as the Cookie Man, and later worked at Houchin's store. He was a member of the South Green Church of Christ for nearly 40 years. He is survived by his wife of 55 years, Barbara Allen Jeffries Miller, special daughter and son-in-law, Brenda and Tony Walden, special granddaughter, Cheyenne Walden of Edmonton, special family, Josh, Maria, Caitlin, and Caden Park of Marrowbone. Funeral services for Darrell Samuel Miller will be at 11 o'clock on Saturday morning at the A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home. Burial will be in the Medcalf County Memorial Gardens. Visitation from 4 until 8 tonight and after 9 a.m. Saturday. Alternate expressions of sympathy can be made in the form of memorial contributions to South Green Church of Christ. Robert Henry Clemens, age 91, of Edmonton, died Thursday at the Medcalf Healthcare Facility. He is survived by a son, Danny Clemens of Scottsville, two brothers, Clyde Clemens of Indianapolis and Philip Clemens of Edmonton, two grandsons, Taylor Duke and Nathaniel Bunch, three great-grandchildren, Braxton, Eli, and Bo. Service for Robert Henry Clemens will be at 11 o'clock on Saturday morning at the Butler Funeral Home in Edmonton. Burials to be in the Medcalf County Memorial Gardens. Visitation will be from 5 until 8 tonight and after 9 a.m. Saturday at the funeral home. Moody Cecil Hunt, age 82, of Glasgow, died Thursday at the home of his grandson in Glasgow. Cecil was born at 88, the son of the late Willie Cecil and Elsie Rigsby Hunt. He was the former owner-operator of the Napa Auto Parts stores in Glasgow and Tompkinsville and was a member of the First United Methodist Church. His favorite pastimes were traveling and spending time with family and friends. Survivors include two grandchildren, Ann L. Phelps and husband Jimmy, and Joseph Clay Stovall Jr. and wife Jenny, all of Glasgow. Two great-grandchildren, Rain Stovall and Claudia Phelps, a sister, Darlene Craycroft of Frankfort. Funeral services for Moody Cecil Hunt will be at 2 o'clock on Sunday afternoon at the A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home. Burial with military honors provided by DAV Chapter 20 of Glasgow will be held at the Glasgow Municipal Cemetery. Visitation will be Sunday from 10 until time for service. Alternate expressions of sympathy can be made in the form of contributions to First United Methodist Church Building Fund or to the T.J. Sampson Hospice. Rita R. Castellan, age 86, of Auburn, died Wednesday at her residence. She was a secretary and a loving mother. Her survivors include three daughters, Wanda Palumbo, Yasmin Adset, and Rita Britton, one son, Ronnie Castellan Jr., her spouse, Ronnie Castellan Sr. 10 grandchildren, 11 great-grandchildren, 3 siblings, and several nieces and nephews. A funeral mass for Rita Castellan will be at 11 o'clock on Saturday morning at St. Joseph's Catholic Church. Burial will be in the Fairview Cemetery No. 2. Arrangements by the Hardy & Son Funeral Homes, Bowling Green Chapel. Funeral services for Philip Keith Bird, age 59, of Glasgow, will be at 1 o'clock on Saturday afternoon at Hatcher and Sadler Funeral Home. Burials to be in the Neals Chapel Cemetery. Visitation from 4 until 8 today at the funeral home. Funeral services for Francis Joyce Sizemore, age 69, of Indianapolis, will be at 2 o'clock on Saturday afternoon at the A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home. Burials to be in the Cedar Grove Cemetery. Visitation will be today from noon until 8 at the A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home. A memorial service for Edwin Allen Bills, age 83, of Glasgow, will be today at 2 o'clock at the A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home, with the burial of his cremains at the Glasgow Municipal Cemetery. Family requests memorial contributions to the American Cancer Society or to the South Green Street Church of Christ. Funeral services for Jimmy Lee Malden, age 48, of Horse Cave, will be today at 1 o'clock at Wynn Funeral Home. Burial will follow in the Little Flock Cemetery at Cub Run. Obituary information is available 24 hours a day free online at WCLUradio.com. No login is necessary.
Don't miss one of gospel music's favorite families reuniting to perform many of their #1 songs, the Spencer Family.
I'll never die. No, no, not I. I'll never die.
J.B. Barbara Wade and Kevin Spencer joining together for a special concert along with the Sneak on Friday, August 10th at 7 o'clock. Ticket available at www.cavecityconventioncenter.com or call 270-773-3131. That's the Spencer Family Reunion and the Sneed Family at the Cave City Convention Center Friday, August 10th at 7 o'clock.
631 WCLU and 65 degrees. We'll check in with Ray Stajic in just a moment and get a handle on the way the weekend weather forecast is shaping up. Let's turn to local sports. A nice afternoon of golf yesterday as the South Warren Invitational Tournament was played at Crosswinds Golf Course. The Glasgow Lady Scotties had their best outing of the young season with a team total of 342, good enough for a fourth-place finish. The Scotties were led by sophomore Abby Lee, who shot a 75, Nina McMurtry with an 83, Allie McCoy shot a 90, Bailey Birdsell shot a 94, and Lena Harlow a 106. Barron County fired a 352 as a team. Individually, they were led by Marley Shirley, who shot a 90, Carly Delka 91, Lily Shipley an 89, Taylor. The overall tournament team winner was Marshall County, shooting blazing 300, followed by South Warren and Greenwood. And that's a check of local sports.
This is Bart Warren from the South Green Street Church of Christ. I invite you to live today in light of this. John said, I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the first heaven and the first earth had passed away, and the sea was no more. And I saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down out of heaven from God, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband. And I heard a loud voice from the throne saying, Behold, the dwelling place of God is with man. He will dwell with them, and they will be his people, and God himself will be with them as their God. He will wipe away every tear from their eyes, and death shall be no more. Neither shall there be mourning, nor crying, nor pain any more, for the former things have passed away. Revelation 21, 1-4, the Word of God.
Hi, my name is Kaylee. My Nana and Papa own Quick Stop Shoe Store, 519 Happy Valley Road. Women's sandals such as Crocs, Chinook, Bionics. We now have Skechers and Chacos. We also have kids, Crocs, Chinook, and Chacos. Don't forget we have a large selection of work and muck boots. We also have Justin and Nakona wallets. Don't forget we have new styles of Skechers sandals and Chacos for women and kids. So come on down to the Quick Stop Shoe Store and check us out.
65 degrees at WCLU this morning, where we need to know how to dress today because Ray Stajic at the Weather Channel is saying we're going to slightly warm up as we approach the weekend, Ray.
Pretty good-looking morning, minus the patchy fog in some spots. We're starting to continue to get ourselves out of any significant rain threat. Yesterday, really not much rain around. Surface features to include a front that's continuing to wash away and dissolve. Yesterday's rain totals for most of us, a couple of hundredths of an inch, not even making puddles. We'll roll through today with about the same. The fog will give way to a partly cloudy day, just a passing shower thunderstorm and a warmer 89. Mainly clear tonight, 66. Isolated shower, maybe a thunderstorm tomorrow. Most of our Saturday is dry with a few clouds around. A hotter 91. Some afternoon showers and thunderstorms on Sunday in the upper 80s. And we could probably just say afternoon showers and thunderstorms for Monday and Tuesday. Highs in the upper 80s to low 90s. I'm meteorologist Ray Stajic from the Weather Channel on WCLU, your home for local.
All right, Ray, let's look at the current conditions. Right now, the barometric pressure is at 30.08. The winds are calm. Humidity is at 95% of saturation. We did get a pretty good little shower day before yesterday, about 3/4 of an inch, but nothing from the overnight. 65 degrees is where we're starting off this morning at the studios of WCLU. It is 6:36. I think I'm going to go ahead and aim in the direction of the birthdays because folks want to know who to celebrate with and how to celebrate as we head into the weekend. We got a lot of folks to tell you about here. And the folks at Ralphie's Fun Center, always looking forward to seeing you because what they do is fun at Ralphie's.
When was the last time you got your Ralphie on? What's getting your Ralphie on, you ask? When you're winning prizes and lighting up the score in the arcade, you're getting your Ralphie on. When you're dancing under the lights on roller skates, you've turned on your inner Ralphies. When you bring your coworkers to bowl in the business league, your office staff has clocked in on Ralphie's time. If you suffer from symptoms such as lack of fun, feeling bored, if you get frequent urges to act like it's your birthday, or if you're just not smiling enough, you need to go to Ralphie's. That's Ralphie's Fun Center in Glasgow. A great place for any party, event, field trip, or church group. Get your Ralphie on.
Well, let me tell you, everybody's up and in a good mood today because we've been talking to some really nice folks who want to say some nice things about friends and relatives having birthdays today. Let's get rolling. First of all, we have the birthday today of Devin Benjamin. Adam Lee Froggett is celebrating. Dylan Kiefer. Dylan is 22 today. We have Ruth Ann Hawks celebrating a birthday. We have a 40 gongaree. Let me get that gong over here so we make it official. Joe Wallace. Miss Joe Wallace is 40 today. Kimberly Tyler has a birthday. And Roanna Sexton is on our list of honorees today, too. How about the golden wedding anniversary today for a very nice couple? It is Bob and Patty Hughes. Bob and Patty, number 50 today. Another nice couple here. This is on the 20th side of the anniversary list. It's Laura and Chris Houchins. Laura and Chris, happy 20th wedding anniversary to you folks today. All right, Saturday, we've got nice folks too, like Yasmin Fogel. Yasmin is hanging on at 19 tomorrow. Reagan Heron is turning 4, and Terry Cherry has a birthday on Saturday. Sunday, we've got one honoree so far, and that is Jordan Gossett. But we have a long weekend to go, so 651-914-900-956-1023. Online, we are here at WCLUradio.com. Birthdays and anniversaries, we are here for you. And a big thank you to Ralphie's Fun Center for letting us enjoy sharing special birthdays with special folks each and every day. Up next, you know what we're going to do, don't you? We're going to waltz down memory lane, and Sam Terry will join us for Archives coming your way straight ahead. So let's get ready to roll.
Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram.
Save big on summer adventure during our Jeep Celebration event. How about saving up to $5,800 off the factory MSRP on a new 2018 Jeep Grand Cherokee? Or choose up to $4,000 off the new 2018 Jeep Renegade. Now you can save up to $3,750 off on the newly redesigned 2019 Jeep Cherokee.
If car shopping makes you nervous, come to the home of legendary service.
TJ Sampson, providing TLC, Total Local Care, 24/7. My husband and I were both admitted to TJ Sampson. They were so good to us, and we will always go back to TJ, your local healthcare provider. Total Local Care, 24/7.
Why the name Fire Pit Spirits? Because your beverage of choice is meant to be enjoyed with good friends, celebrating life, happiness, or just the end of a hard week of work. And, as always, it's meant to be consumed responsibly. So, whatever you're celebrating, gather round your fire pit, because good times are made with the ones you choose to keep in your circle. Fire Pit Spirits. Best selection, best service, best friends.
The university scientists have long hypothesized, where does the magic man get his magic? The phenomenon that is the magic man is considered one of the great wonders of science. Truth be told, there is no science greater than magic. And that's why the mystery remains.
Hi, I'm Eddie Bruner, and yes, technically I am the magic man, but there's no magic to it. It's honesty, knowledge, and paying the best prices I can pay.
Glasgow Prescriptions.
Young lady having a birthday today. We just learned it's Miss Terry Wells. Terry Wells is having a birthday today. I want to be sure and get caught up with that. Tonight, a big deal in Cave City. It's the Downtown Cave City concert tonight. It will be at 7 p.m. tonight, featuring Steel Country. If you want to ask some questions about that, they've really worked hard to make sure this is going to be a good night. But if you have questions, contact this number. It's 773-2188. That is 773-2188. 641 from WCLU and 65 degrees as we get rolling here this morning. Let me get the Archives intro on the airwaves so that you can, folks just perk up when they hear the Archive intro. Because people do enjoy learning about the past, planning for the future, and explaining the in-between. And the Archives today brought to you by your friends at Joseph A. Wade Industrial Hardware Services. And we'll come right back and share some archival news.
15,000 inventory items, custom brake hoses while you wait, cylinder repair. Is there anything Joseph A. Wade can't do? Well, one thing's for sure, Joseph A. Wade Incorporated serves a large community of people who believe there's no job they can't do, and that's the same attitude Joseph A. Wade has in their line of work. So for the smallest screws, Allen wrenches, or drill bits, or even a 5-stage hydraulic cylinder measuring 25 feet in length, Joseph A. Wade's motto, no problem. Joseph A. Wade Incorporated, 311 Industrial Drive, Glasgow.
Let me ask you something. What do you see when you look at your home and your car? Do you see a bundle, a combo deal? That's how other insurance companies see them. But a State Farm agent sees so much more, because a State Farm agent sees your home and your car as more than just 4 walls and 4 wheels. They see the things you've worked really hard for. So why not give them the protection they deserve? Call State Farm agent Mike Bryant in Glasgow at 270-651-3608.
All right, one of the fun things about getting up and coming to work is that we have really intelligent folks that we can share information with. And the co-host of the Archives here today is the one and only Sam Terry, who is certainly a smart guy about a lot of things. At the top of the list of those things you're smart about, Sam, is history. Is that fair enough to say?
Well, that sounds awfully positive.
Yeah, and I know you well enough to know that you're not going to say, "Why, shoot, yeah." You're going to go about it in a little more calm way. But it is the truth, and that's why we get to share a lot of these things, you know. So
Something to do.
Why don't we go back 100 years to 1918? This was in the Glasgow Times 100 years ago, and as a newspaper writer, you will appreciate the calm with which that they wrote this story 100 years ago. This is the story of Ewing Thomas. Ewing Thomas, who has been reposing in the county jail for several weeks here on desertion charges. Well, Mr. Ewing Thomas left yesterday for Camp Shelby under the care of Guard Shaw, a soldier from that camp. No more reposing there, Sam. You know, to me, reposing is right there close to reclining.
Yes, and I have a feeling that's probably not what he was doing.
No, that's right. And, you know, I'm thinking about this. I'm not sure, the only Camp Shelby I'm familiar with is the one way, way down in Mississippi. And if
correct.
And if this was the Camp Shelby that he was in 1928 to make that trip, there was no way to make it much of a repose to get down there. One of the muggiest, hottest, muggiest places this side of the Mississippi for sure. Anyway, that was 1928 there, Mr. Ewing Thomas. Off of the repose list. All right, this is a good story because of the hot days of summer here in 1928, Sam, because this tells us a little bit more about our history. This was in the Glasgow Republican. The Brown brothers have been given the contract to furnish all of the ice cream used in Camp Knox, which is about 150 to 200 gallons per day. Those are some ice cream eating soldiers up there at Camp Knox, Sam.
They were. Sounds like quite a task every day to turn out that much ice cream.
Says it'll be furnished by the Elizabethtown Company and part by the Glasgow Ice Cream Company. So now when you pass through Camp Knox, you can get cream just like you eat at home. We're not going to do anything less than the best for our soldiers. Right on down to the ice cream. Brown Brothers making the ice cream for Camp Knox, 1928. A lot of history there. You know, Brown's Ice Cream has in Glasgow and in Bowling Green has quite the history of things.
Yes, you know, Henry, Brown Brothers had their plant here in Glasgow on Broadway,
right,
between East Main and Water Street, and they were quite a popular business here for many years.
Yeah, I bet they probably. You could have like a factory outlet sale down there and be amongst the first to try some of the new flavors, too, you think?
I bet.
1928. But anyway, let's take care of the soldiers up at Camp Knox before we were a fort. All right. This is in the archives from 1938. There's more of a story here, and I don't know the story, but it just gives you some things to think about. Workmen this day in 1938 were engaged in dismantling the old Warder House on Wayne Street, and the knowledge brings a tinge of sadness to those who knew the home in the former days, and it destroys one of our old landmarks. It says here we are informed that the Warders did not erect the house, but they lived there until all had passed away. However, the mother of Mrs. W.J. Fisher is said to have lived there before the Warder family. Now, the house was built out of hewn logs, weatherboarded, and stoutly constructed. We learn that the lot will be graded and possibly several feet taken off, but we're not advised what will be built on the lot. A portion of it is now being used as a used car lot. Wayne Street. That's what is it, 1 block off the square?
Yeah, that's right.
So,
and it's a street we don't hear about a whole lot.
No.
But a lot of interesting things happen down in that area around Wayne Street, Broadway, and South Green. And the late Vivian Russo authored a great little book back when Citizens Bank built their new facility, and she traced the history of that entire square block of Glasgow from just about the beginning of time to the present. And there's a lot of interesting things that were going on right in that little section of Glasgow.
Well, it's so close to downtown, you didn't want to get hung up with some need to have transportation to get business done. You just kind of needed to be there. I had kinfolks who lived in several houses in that neighborhood, and I think I remember, Sam, and I'm doing this off the cuff, but Wayne was the last name of a general, of a soldier in one of the wars around here. Is how he got the name of that.
The General Mad Anthony Wayne.
Mad Anthony. Okay. Well, I didn't know. You see, his nickname, so you can tell best of the history right there. But that is our history. Wayne Street, the Warder House, is no longer there and folks, it says here, are going to miss it. All right, let's move to 1948. This is an absolutely mesmerizing story, so follow along, okay? The story reads as follows. This was in I don't see which newspaper this is in, but it was a very well-written story. The headline reads, "Significance Applied." Disinterested spectators on the sideline were somewhat amused and perhaps a bit speculative last night when the loud-speaking apparatus, which accompanied John Young Brown, was set up at the courthouse, and its first musical number blared out with "You Can't Be True, Dear," beamed directly toward Wynn Davis's drugstore, which, of course, was Leach and Davis. Mr. Davis, the former mayor and longtime friend of John Young Brown, and confidant and supporter in many former campaigns, recently announced his support for Brown's opponent, Virgil Chapman. It appears that John Young Brown took that personally by beaming the PA system right at the Leach and Davis drugstore there in 1948. What do you think about that, Sam?
Politics were very colorful in those days, and ironically, a couple of days ago, John Young Brown Sr.'s grandson rolled through town. He was a college classmate of mine, and I told him about that story, and he was just overcome with laughter, thinking about the things that his grandfather did, and picked up the phone and called his uncle, the now former Governor John Y. Brown Jr., who found it very humorous as well, that there were lots of antics on the campaign trail in those days.
Yeah, and colorful is a good word for that, because the parameters by which we go by now in political campaigns have probably been drawn in more than they used to be, because used to be there was the rules were a little more liberal as far as if you're going to run for office, you got to be able to take it. So here we're going to dish it. And but I think that's pretty cool. You can't be true, dear. I don't know what Mr. Wynn Davis had to say about that, but he nonetheless noticed that, I'm sure.
I bet he did. It's probably colorful.
1948. So let's see. Help me out here. Leach and Davis is it was right next to F.P. Williams. And
it would have been between George Jay's and City Hall.
Yeah, but I can't remember what's in there at this particular moment in that building right there where Leach and Davis was.
I believe that is Amber Chambers' photography studio.
Okay, all right. Well, good. I could walk right to it. I just can't tell you exactly what's there. But nonetheless, there was a drugstore on all sides of the square back in the day. Leach and Davis was on that side. Okay, let's go to 1958. We've got news of his many friends here and throughout the state today applauded the announcement by Judge Louis B. Nunn that he was an active and dedicated candidate for the governorship of the Commonwealth of Kentucky. The 34-year-old Glasgow attorney has received enthusiastic endorsement. That was an exciting time around here in 1958 for sure.
Well, that was, and the other interesting aspect of that was it ended up not happening.
That's right.
Judge Nunn at the time decided that maybe 1958 was not a good time to be running as a Republican for governor,
Mm-hmm.
and instead he accepted the position of city attorney for Glasgow. And his career was kind of taking off, but he had a couple of years in there while a county judge that he was the Kentucky chairman for Eisenhower's presidential race, and
Right.
he also chaired senatorial races for John Sherman Cooper and Thurston Morton, and he was becoming widely known throughout the state. The Kentucky JCs, which some will remember as the Junior Chamber of Commerce, named him the Man of the Year at that time.
He had a great way of ramping up his career and of padding things, getting ready for his success. And it's quite the story for sure.
But he did end up, of course, getting the Republican nomination and mounting a campaign in 1963.
Yeah. There's a story. I got to remember this story. He told a funny story one time about being at the Republican National Convention and singing "My Old Kentucky Home," and apparently it got to be pretty funny there because I don't know that he was well known as a singer, and there was a lot of folks having fun with him over that. A lot of history there for sure. 1958 it was. 34 years old. Yeah, I thought I'll give it a try. But then again, he backed out and later on was successful. 1968, Sam, we have an ad for the A&P. The A&P, where you can go and get center-cut round steak for 89 cents a pound. Jane Parker white bread. You get 4 20-ounce loaves for 89 cents. Now that, when I was preparing for that, I'm thinking, man, folks were cranking out the sandwiches if you buy 4 loaves of bread at a time. Also, they had Star-Kissed tuna. You get 3 6.5-ounce cans for 89 cents. So you could burn up a lot of bread with 3 cans of tuna. And we have 8 o'clock coffee, 1 pound for 58 cents. And or a 3-pound bag for $1.68. That was 1968. All right, 1978, the Cato store officially opened in the Central Center Shopping Center. I didn't realize it went back to 78 there. And but a good corporate citizen. 1988, this was the day that Emmanuel Baptist Church at 680 Happy Valley Road began a nursery school for 4-year-olds. They made that announcement, and here's the faculty. Mary Lee Pruitt is the director, and the teacher is going to be Ms. Pat Gauntz. Pretty bold move there in 1988 to start that nursery school back at Emmanuel. 1998, this day, the first woman promoted to captain in the Kentucky State Police is also the first to be a commander of the state police post. Miss Linda Bewley Smith of Glasgow is going to take over the Bowling Green Post. If you remember, that was huge news here in 1998. Miss Linda was made us all proud right there, and pretty big deal to be the first woman promoted to captain to KSP. And let's see, we got one more decade here to deal with, Sam. It is the decade of 2008. Some more church news. This was the acronym is RYOT, RYOT, which is Reaching Youth on Time. They had a big rally drawing a big crowd in Glasgow. And there were several years that was a very successful event, and it was pretty impressive the way the crowds were drawn for the big riot, Sam.
Yes, it was quite a popular thing.
That's what we have in the way of history today. It's 100 years worth of a lot of stuff. And we're going to continue to share history, and I think we'll come back in here on Monday and see exactly where we've been. Does that sound like a fair deal?
Sounds like a great deal, and I'll look forward to it.
Okay.
Have a great day.
Okay, Sam. Sam Terry helping us out with the archives today, brought to you by Joseph A. Wade Industrial Service.
In its sincerest form, flattery, mediocrity can pay to greatness. Those are the words of the great knight Oscar Wilde. Still truth, it relates to when you fill your prescriptions, get fit for medical devices, and purchase gifts for holidays and special occasions. I'm Robert Oliver, pharmacist and owner of the Glasgow Prescription Center in the Southgate Plaza, and I proudly and unapologetically would like to state that there's only one Glasgow Prescription Center. Growing up in this community, I've seen many pharmacists come and go, and being active and serving in our Chamber of Commerce, I can also say proudly that I believe our future is bright. That's why I've invested in having the best facilities and continue to invest in having a staff that represents the quality of service Glasgow Prescription Center has strived for since 1970 and continues to deliver today. So as the decades pass and the landscape of our community changes, you can guarantee there's only one Glasgow Prescription Center, and while we are subject to imitation, you'll never find a duplication of our commitment to you and our hometown.
Congratulations. Are you excited about the new job?
Yes, but I don't know what to do with my 401k.
That's a big decision. As a Modern Woodman financial representative, I can explain your options and help you to make the best choice. I'm Anthony Mike. Call me today at 427-6807.
Get to know your local Modern Woodman representative to plan for your financial future and learn about valuable member benefits. Modern Woodman of America. Touching lives, securing futures. Securities offered through MWA Financial Services, Inc., a wholly owned subsidiary of Modern Woodman of America.
What time is it? It's burger o'clock. Head to Colton's Steakhouse and Grill for lunch. Get a hamburger, cheeseburger, or Montana burger and fries for only $6.99. These fresh ground half-pound burgers are handcrafted, grilled over open flames, and made to order. All meals include peanuts and hot, delicious rolls and honey. Colton's Steakhouse and Grill in Glasgow, Bardstown, Campbellsville, and Radcliffe. We know what's at stake, and burgers too.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're talking with Bobby Lee Hurt of Hurt Auto Sales today, where the word is variety. We've got a little bit of everything for you, and if you've driven by the lot, you can tell. Bobby Lee, tell us what's new at Hurt Auto Sales.
We actually have an 01 BMW Z3 convertible, 5-speed, low miles, only $6,900. Got a 2012 Chevy truck, crew cab, 2-wheel drive, local trade, good-looking ride, only $12,900. Got a 2018 Chrysler Town & Country van, still under factory warranty, leather, DVD, loaded up, only $21,900. 2011 Ford Edge has all the extras, one owner, local trade, priced at only $10,900.
You got a truck, you got a convertible, you got a van, you got an SUV, and you got good folks to deal with down at Hurt Auto Sales on West Main Street in Glasgow. Variety is the word of the day. And, of course, the motto of the day and every day is, Bobby Lee,
no pain when you trade with Hurt.
That's Hurt Auto Sales on West Main Street in Glasgow. Go by and see Bobby Lee today. The number to call, 270-590-1181.
702 at WCLU. I am ready to play trivia, and this is the first time that I get to host a trivia contest with our new sponsor. Our new sponsor is Dago's and Garcia's. Now, of course, Garcia's, a very popular, well-respected, and most enjoyed restaurant around here, and their new venture is Dago's, which is right next door to the T.J. Sampson Pavilion out in the Barron River Plaza, and they have opened up a really neat place. It's different than Garcia's in the sense that it's they've got a salad bar out there. They've got lots and lots of sandwiches that are just, I can't wait to be able to say that I've tried at least half of the sandwiches out there at Dago's, and you should too. It's we were there for lunch a couple of days ago. Pretty amazing how fast that they can turn around your order. Let's say you work at the Pavilion, or let's say that you work somewhere well, actually anywhere in town, you want to be able to get in there and get out of there and not burn off all of your lunch hour. Well, they certainly have a system set up out there to where Dago's can crank out your lunchtime meal, and you can enjoy it with your friends and just enjoy celebrating a little break in the day. And I hope you get out there real soon to try Dago's. And, of course, Garcia's, always something going on good there at Garcia's. It's a great place to go, sit a spell, and enjoy being with your friends. And what you're going to win today for getting this trivia question correct is a $5 coupon to take $5 off at either of the establishments, either at Dago's or at Garcia's. Now, here's the thing. It's $5, and it will let you enjoy. You can be more, with $5 to help you pay for it, you can maybe feel better about trying some things that you weren't sure of. And, boy, are you going to be impressed.
For an intimate setting with family and friends, everyone knows the place to go in Glasgow is Garcia's Grill. But did you know about Digo's Place? It's next to the TJ Health Pavilion in the former Plum Yum location. Also owned by Armando and family at Garcia's Grill. When you're talking Mexican food, it's all about the ingredients, and Armando uses only the best ingredients at both Garcia's and Digo's Place. The difference is, Digo's Place is a little more casual, and you also get to pick your sauces, cheeses, herbs, and spices. So if you've never tried Digo's Place, you'll love the authentic Mexican flavors made with the finest ingredients. That's Digo's Place, owned and operated by the same folks at Garcia's Grill.
All right, so let's see who's going to win it. 651-9149-800-956-1023. Let's ask the question here this morning. It's Friday. It's local trivia, and here we go. There are 3 famous Civil War battles that were fought in Hart County, Kentucky, all fighting for control of what? 3 big-time battles in the Civil War. All 3 battles had the same prize. Control of what? Hello, trivia.
The bridge at Mumfordville.
That's right. Who's this speaking?
This is Ray Green.
Ray, now what are you doing? You know, it's interesting because you know a whole lot about a whole lot, and I bet you can throw some extra things in here as far as the famous railroad bridge at Munfordville. Now,
I know a lot about it, but I really can't recall anything of consequence. I know that it was very, very important for transportation to get north and south, and they defended it well.
Well, one of the in preparation for today, I've seen it referred to several times as a mechanical marvel. Apparently, this bridge was quite the engineering structure at the time to be able to build that bridge because of, the elevation of the bridge. And it's very important. Hey, let's just, we're going to narrow it down. You ain't getting that bridge.
They fought, and as far as I know, they won. I don't think the bridge was ever destroyed.
No, which is a good thing because it would probably be incredible to try to build it back, Ray.
I'm sure it was. It's very high in the air still.
Yes, it is. It just you think about that, and whenever I come through there, I look down on the ground and I think about what history happened right down there. Unbelievable.
Yes, I've been to the reenactment that Mumfordville has over at just off the road from the bridge, and it's interesting history.
It is. It is a part of our history, and hats off. I know the Hart County Historical Society and others do a whole lot to make sure that that history stays very much in the forefront for those who come to hear about it.
They surely do.
All right, Ray, how about going out to Digo's?
I haven't been there, but I'm looking forward to it.
Well, I'm going to tell you what, you're going to like what you enjoy out there. And, of course, this $5 coupon right here can be used at Digo's, or you can go over there to Garcia's. It's fun to try something new. And we look forward to having you win again soon, okay?
All right. Thanks, Henry.
See you, Ray. Bye-bye. Ray Green, that's right. It's the bridge at Munfordville, the railroad bridge. Not once, not twice, but 3 times there were battles in the Civil War to maintain control of that bridge. Ray Green wins. Could it be you on Monday? If so, then you'll be the next winner of $5 savings at the all-new Dego's and the much-revered Garcia's. And we look forward to doing that coming up here on Monday, 7:08. The news is now.
CBS News Update. President Trump spent last night getting out the vote for the Republican running for Senate in Pennsylvania.
We need Lou Barletta. He is tough.
Chants of Lou from the crowd in Wilkes-Barre. Congressman Barletta is challenging two-term incumbent Democrat Bob Casey. The president quickly turned from politics to the press.
We had a great meeting with Russia. We had a great meeting with Putin. Although they just hammered because they really thought I was soft.
Back in Washington, CNN correspondent Jim Acosta, who's been repeatedly singled out by Mr. Trump, pressed his spokeswoman, Sarah Sanders, to disavow her boss's claims.
The President of the United States should not refer to us as the enemy of the people. His own daughter acknowledges that, and all I'm asking you to do, Sarah, is to acknowledge that right now and right here.
I appreciate your passion. I share it. I've addressed this question. I've addressed my personal feelings. I'm here to speak on behalf of the president. He's made his comments clear.
CBS News Update. I'm Deborah.
This is WCLU Glasgow, WCLU FM Munfordville, W253BN Glasgow. Services of Royce Radio Incorporated.
Bailey Gibson, they're my deal-making, hand-shaking, wheel-turning, hard-working dealer.
In need of a new vehicle? How about a Buick? An Enclave, Encore, an Envision? We make it easy at Bailey Gibson. No matter the make or model, Buick or GMC, new or used, Bailey Gibson has the vehicle for you. On the lot or a customized order, we make it easy for you. Need financing or service after the sale? We make it easy. Don't stress over car buying. Stop in or give us a call.
Dandy can make car buying easy for you.
At the People's Bank in Glasgow, we believe that people still like the friendly atmosphere of a community bank. A bank where you're more than just a number. You get one-on-one personal service. A bank where your money's reinvested in the community. And decisions, well, they're all made locally. The People's Bank gives you everything you'd expect in a bank, including online and mobile banking. Get the banking you deserve. Located at 605C on Happy Valley Road in Glasgow. The People's Bank, working for you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Here's the latest edition of Live and Local News here on WCLU. For this Friday, August the 3rd, I'm Aaron Russell reporting. Our first story, ladies and gents, some big names are rolling into Glasgow on September the 6th of this year. Yesterday at Beaver Trail Park, several members of the Entertain Glasgow Committee announced that the return of the Budweiser Clydesdales to Glasgow and the second ever Hops and Horses event at Beaver Trail Park. We will have comments from Katie Hawks, chairman of the Entertain Glasgow Commission, and committee, and Mayor Dick Doty at a later time. Besides the horses, there will be plenty of tastings, kids' activities, games, and live music. The headliner for the live music is Nashville recording artist Dylan Scott. And to make things even better, this event is 100% free to the public, no admission fee required. While some have heard about the Entertain Glasgow Committee, or they have felt their presence here in the area. The first Hops and Horses event held in late September of 2017 was, as well as the Tunes, Tubes, and Barbecue event held this past June, were both their responsibility. Once again, the second ever Hops and Horses event and the return of the Budweiser Clydesdales will be held at September the 6th from 4 to 8 p.m. at Beaver Trail Park in Glasgow. On Wednesday evening, the Barron County Sheriff's Office took 2 stolen vehicle reports at approximately 8:42 p.m. The first vehicle was a maroon color Chevrolet SUV, and the second was a black Chevrolet Avalanche. The second caller advised deputies that when his Avalanche was taken, the suspect had left the maroon SUV. And a short time later, deputies located the Avalanche on Peninsula Road and attempted to make a traffic stop. The vehicle fled down Finney Road and then on to Settles Road. The driver lost control of the vehicle on Yellow Buckeye Lane and fled the scene on foot. The next morning, deputies received several complaints of a white male fitting the suspect's description and knocking on doors in that area looking for a ride. Deputies located the suspect, Brian Parnell, 26 of Horse Cave, and took him into custody. Parnell was charged with theft by the unlawful taking of $10,000 for each of the stolen vehicles and fleeing or evading the police of the first degree, wanton endangerment first degree of a police officer, and theft by unlawful taking of $500 of more, as well as but under $10,000 of charges. He was lodged in the Barron County Jail. On August the 1st, the Kentucky State Police Post 3 Bowling Green received a call for an injury collision that involved two passenger vehicles at 10:15 a.m. The collision had occurred near the Green River Bridge on North Jackson Highway in Hart County. Post 3 troopers responded to the scene. The preliminary investigation indicated that Crystal Steins, 40 of Greensburg, was operating a 2007 Ford passenger car when traveling southbound on US 31E. Steins' vehicle crossed the yellow center line on the roadway into the path of travel of Sally Hallett, 58 of Grove City, Ohio, who was operating a 2015 Toyota Prius traveling northbound. Two vehicles collided near the Green River Bridge, coming to a final rest in the middle of the roadway. Both parties sustained multiple injuries from the collision and were transported from the scene by Hart County EMS as well as Air Evac. The investigation is being conducted by Master Trooper Timmy Jewell, and he was assisted on scene by Post 3 troopers, the Hart County EMS, Linwood Fire Department, and Air Evac. No further information is available for release at this time. In KSP Post 3, Commander Captain Tim Adams is reporting the following activity by the troopers and detectives for the month of July. A total of 1,452 citations were written, 310 of those being speeding tickets. Seatbelt violations were 152 of those. 23 DUI arrests. Complaints taken were 1,093. Collision investigated was 81. Criminal cases opened 38, and criminal arrests 169. KSB Post 3 covers the following counties: Allen, Barron, Butler, Edmondson, Hart, Logan, Simpson, and Warren counties. KSP Post 3 will also be having periodic traffic safety checkpoints throughout the 8 counties in this region. If you approach one of these checkpoints, be prepared to produce your operator's license, a valid proof of insurance, and the registration receipt for the vehicle that you are driving. Below is a list of the traffic safety checkpoint locations currently used by the Bowling Green Post. In Barron County, it will be US 31W at the Edmondson County line, US 31W at the Hart County line, US 31W in Kentucky 255, US 31E and Jack Turner Road, US 68 and Kentucky 255 at Bon Air, Kentucky 70 and Kentucky 314, Kentucky 70 and Kentucky 255, Kentucky 70 and Kentucky 740 at Highsville, Kentucky 1846 in the Old Lexington Road, and at Kentucky 249 a half a mile south of the Glasgow city limits, and Kentucky 249 at the Monroe County line. We'll be right back with more live and local news right after this here on WCLU Radio. It is Friday, August the 3rd. And with that, you are now up to date with live and local news here on WCLU for this Friday, the 3rd day of August. I'm Aaron Russell reporting.
I'm Jared Pursley. And I'm Daniel Bird. As recent history tells us, disasters can happen. It's impossible to prepare for everything, but it is possible to prepare for what happens next. And that's where we come in at ISU Pettigo Lessenberry Insurance Agency. We can provide you with many options as an independent agency. And it's our job to make sure you know about all the what-ifs so that your policy has you prepared for what happens next. So just ask us. We'd be honored that you did. Just give us a call at 651-8837. We're ISU Pettigo Lessenberry Insurance Agency, growing with a proud community since 1902.
I've always been a talker. I love to laugh, but I was wearing dentures, and I felt uncomfortable because of being young. My 50th birthday gift for my husband, I wanted to get implants.
That's C.J. Elliott, another satisfied patient of Dr. Jim Thurman in dental implants.
The way they treat you, it was sort of like a family, and it was like, this is what I want.
And of course, C.J. had done her research on the subject and Dr. Thurman.
When I went to another dentist, and he recommended Thurman. I love it. Well, I'm glad I got Dr. Thurman. I really am. People ask me all the time, what do you have? Who did it? And I tell them, Dr. Thurman.
And after having a full set of dental implants from Dr. Thurman, CJ has no regrets.
This was the best thing I ever did. And I would do it again if I had to. I would do it again.
So if you're in a similar situation, here's what CJ would say to you.
If you are wanting to get dental implants, that Dr. Thurman would be the man to go to.
To learn more, call the office of Dr. James Thurman at 651-5939.
Back here with more live and local news right here on WCLU for this Friday, 3rd day of August. I'm Aaron Russell reporting. Our next story, as students prepare to head back to school this month, the Kentucky Department of Public Health within the Cabinet of Health and Family Services reminds parents and caregivers to make sure that children and teens are up to date on their vaccines. The Commonwealth's vaccine requirements for school entry, which is modeled after the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, includes new requirements for hepatitis A and meningococcal vaccines. We encourage parents to contact their local medical provider to review their child's immunization status to help ensure a smooth back-to-school transition for the upcoming year, said DPH Commissioner Dr. Jeffrey D. Howard. Effective July the 1st of 2018, all school-age children in kindergarten through 12th grade must show proof of having received 2 doses of the hepatitis A vaccine to attend school. A minimum interval of 6 months between the first and second doses of the Hep A vaccine is required, and if the child has not received the second dose of the Hep A vaccine for the school year, the child's certificate of immunization status will be considered provisional and will expire 14 days from the date of the second dose that is required. Students aged 16 years or older must also show proof of having received 2 doses of the meningococcal ACWY vaccine. However, it is important to note that the first dose of the ACWY vaccine was received at age 16 years or older. The second dose is not required for school entry, but for children 16 and older, the certificate of immunization status must show that the dates the child received 2 doses of Hep A vaccine, as well as the ACWY vaccine. The hepatitis A and ACWY vaccines are all available through local health care providers and are covered as a no-cost preventative service by most health insurance plans. And if your child does not have insurance, please contact your local health department for assistance. Any child with a medical condition who is unable to receive the vaccines will be issued a medical exemption certificate by their local health care provider. And if a parent chooses not to immunize their child based on a religious objection, the parent must complete a sworn and notarized Commonwealth of Kentucky parent or guardian's declination of on religious grounds to required immunizations. Immunization forms are available through the Kentucky Immunization Program's website or to the Kentucky Department of Education's website. The Kentucky State Fair will begin hiring next week for 750 temporary positions. A statement from the fair says officials will begin accepting applications on Monday for several positions during the 11-day event in Louisville, including admissions, operations and maintenance, groundskeepers, and housekeeping. The statement said that there are indoor and outdoor jobs available, and as well as day and night shift. Pay starts at $9 an hour, and applicants must be at least 18 years old. Job seekers can apply online or at Gate 4 of the office. The Kentucky State Fair is August the 16th through the 26th. And officials at Fort Campbell say a soldier has died in a training accident. The Army base along the Tennessee-Kentucky border says in a news release that the 101st Airborne Division was conducting routine training at the time of Wednesday's accident. The statement says the soldier was pronounced dead at a hospital at the base, and the soldier's name was not immediately released, pending notification of relatives. No one else was injured in the accident, which remains under investigation. And local 911 activity, a call coming in at 7:10 yesterday morning, fire alarm at American Avenue. Glasgow Fire Department responded to that call. A call yesterday at 2:32 yesterday afternoon, a vehicle fire on the North Jackson Highway. The Hinesville Volunteer Fire Department and the Glasgow Fire Department both responded to that call. And then at 5:03 yesterday evening, a fire alarm was set at 520 Westwood Street. The Glasgow Fire Department responded to that call. For WCLU Live and Local News, I'm Aaron Russell reporting.
From the Kentucky News Network, I'm Jaleesa Chapman. Senator Rand Paul is preparing for a trip to Russia. Kentucky's junior senator is leaving on Monday. His office is not saying how long he will be in Russia. Paul has been open about his support towards President Trump's outreach to the country. Kentucky State Police troopers are receiving a potential life-saving tool to protect them from harmful drugs on the street.
Fentanyl protection kits are being distributed to every trooper on the road over the next few months. The kit includes a full body suit with rubber gloves, respirator masks, and safety glasses. Trooper Charles Loudermilk tells WLKY.
We're coming in contact with those type of drugs so often, and the unknown drugs so often, unfortunately they'll be used every day.
Fentanyl is odorless and is often mixed with other drugs, so officers may not know they've been exposed to it until it's too late. The kits were purchased with $25,000 in grant money from local nonprofit Passport Health Plan. I'm Suzanne Duval.
Kentucky's former education secretary is the new head of the State Board of Education. Board members Thursday approved Hal Heiner as the new board chairman. Heiner is a strong supporter of school choice and charter schools, but it's his past criticism of Jefferson County public schools that have some at the Capitol wondering if the state board will take a new path going forward. Former Louisville quarterback Lamar Jackson made his NFL debut last night. After the Ravens' 17-16 victory over the Chicago Bears in the Hall of Fame game, the Baltimore quarterback spoke to ESPN.
I feel I came out pretty good. Towards the end, started messing up a little bit. We wasn't really, I wouldn't say my team, but, had a little miscommunication sometimes. But we all rookies, so we did pretty good, I feel. We came out with the victory, so, yeah, we did good.
Jackson said he intends to spend the rest of training camp continuing to get better. I'm Jaleesa Chapman.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
It's the summer travel season. To raise awareness of traffic laws and to encourage safe driving habits, state and local law enforcement are out in force during the Blue Lights Across the Bluegrass campaign. The goal is not to write tickets, but to save lives. Don't speed, don't drive impaired or distracted, and always wear your seatbelt. Obey the laws, or you will be cited. No exceptions, no excuses. Paid with federal funds through the Kentucky Office of Highway Safety.
Did you know that last year in Kentucky there were over 9,000 crashes involving semi-trucks, resulting in 93 deaths? It's time we all take responsibility on the highways and share the road safely with each other. Kentucky State Police will be looking for aggressive cars and trucks on the highways. If you are tailgating a big truck or cut a truck off, you may receive a ticket. Please, drive like your life depends on it, because it does.
It is 7:24 here, 7:24 right here on WCLU. Now 7:25. Thank you for tuning in to Good Morning Live right here on WCLU. We are online this morning on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter, as well as on Light 102.3 FM, 1490 AM, and on EPB Channel 6. We'll check up on the weather forecast real quick and be right back here on WCLU.
I was about to pull my own hair out. I've been driving around for the last hour trying to find a place for me and my kids to get our hair cut on a Saturday morning. I know, good luck, right? Well, don't pull your hair out. Stop in and see our friends down at Heritage 76 Barbershop today. Heritage 76 Barbershop is located right on the Glasgow Square, so it's not difficult to find, so there won't be any driving around looking for a place. You can go right next to the Plaza Theater. You'll see the barber pole right out front. You can stop in and see David, Anthony, and Cody, who have more than 50 years of combined barbershop experience. No problems if you want to stop in on a Saturday as well. They're open from 8 to 3, and you can make an appointment if you want to schedule your time, or you can just show up and walk in with the kids. Either way, you're going to lean back in a professional environment with a big screen TV and 3 barbers who can carry on a conversation and cut hair. Stop in and see Heritage 76 Barbershop, or visit our website, heritage76barbershop.com. Call for an appointment or stop in, but whatever you do, don't pull your hair out driving around on another Saturday. See Heritage 76 Barbershop.
The Weather Channel brings you the latest forecast, sponsored by Southern States in Glasgow. The Weather Channel brings you the latest forecast, sponsored by Southern States in Glasgow.
The home for Holland Grills in Southern Kentucky is Southern States. For more than 30 years, Holland has been building America's greatest grill. The Holland Grill is easy to use and gives you moist, juicy, tender food each and every time you grill. Southern States carries a great selection of Holland Grills, ready to be put into service today. The only grill made which offers a no flare-up guarantee in writing. And listen for details on the summer propane fill-up promotion coming soon to Southern States in Glasgow.
Pretty good-looking morning, minus the patchy fog in some spots. We're starting to continue to get ourselves out of any significant rain threat. Yesterday, really not much rain around. Surface features to include a front that's continuing to wash away and dissolve. Yesterday's rain totals for most of us, a couple of hundredths of an inch. Not even making puddles. We'll roll through today with about the same. The fog will give way to a partly cloudy day, just a passing shower thunderstorm and a warmer 89. Mainly clear tonight, 66. Isolated shower, maybe a thunderstorm tomorrow. Most of our Saturday is dry with a few clouds around. A hotter 91. Some afternoon showers and thunderstorms on Sunday in the upper 80s. And we could probably just say afternoon showers and thunderstorms for Monday and Tuesday. Highs in the upper 80s to low 90s. I'm meteorologist Ray Stajic from the Weather Channel on WCLU, your home for local.
Thank you, Ray. 65 degrees this morning. Rain gauge is empty. The big deal this morning is the visibility, which is a quarter of a mile out of the Glasgow airport, and that's not much. So be aware of that. If you're traveling, particularly in lower elevations, might have a little fog that kind of rises up there. 65 at WCLU. This weather update brought to you this morning a service of Southern States.
The Empty Nest Inside Pharmacy
Center is the culmination of my husband's professional career. When he took over GPC, he didn't want to be just good. He'd already done that. He wanted to be great. And I think his patients would agree that he's done just that. Could he get by with a smaller staff? Sure. The gift shop, the flower shop, delivery people, a brand new facility, none of those things are required to have a pharmacy, but that's why it's not just a good pharmacy, it's a great one. I'm really excited to see what Robert is next because I know he's going to put his heart into it.
Invitational tournament was played at Crosswinds Golf Course. The Glasgow Lady Scotties had their best outing of the young season with a team total of 342, good enough for a fourth-place finish. The Scotties were led by sophomore Abby Lee, who shot a 75, Nina McMurtry with an 83, Allie McCoy shot a 90, Bailey Birdsell shot 84, and Lena Harlow a 106. Barron County fired a 352 as a team. Individually, they were led by Marley Shirley, who shot a 90, Carly Delka 91, Lily Shipley an 89, Taylor Gaunce a 92, and Landry Steenbergen a 100. The overall tournament team winner was Marshall County, shooting a blazing 300, followed by South Warren and Greenwood. And that's a check of local sports.
I'm Roxanne Cloyd, also known as the noodle floating, calorie drowning, water weightlifting, woohoo yelling, floor balancing H2O aerobics instructor. As you probably guessed, that means I'm the splashing H2O instructor, Aqua Emotion, and we have lots of fun. If you have aches and pains in your joints, my class at Extreme Health Club is where you need to be. It's soothing to your body, and it's important that you don't throw in the towel, you dry off with it after a fun splashing H2O class at Extreme Health Club. Everything is more fun when it's in the water. Call me now, classes fill up quickly, 651-3036.
This Saturday, a true treasure of an auction is being conducted by Elmore Realty and Auction. Just listen, a 3-bedroom home on 25 acres divided into 3 tracts. The gorgeous setting is at 80 Phelps Road, just off of the Wynn School Road in southern Barron County. Take 31 East South Scottsville Road and look for the signs. The home is on Tract 1. It has an open floor plan with 3 bedrooms, 2 full baths, and a 2-car garage. Tract 2 has a rental house, barn, and buildings. And Tract 3 has over 11 acres with lots of options. And yes, you bet there's personal property, lots of antiques, including a 200-year-old iron bed, glassware galore, washer, dryer, cook stove, and refrigerator, power and hand tools, a John Deere rider. The best way to know is to attend the sale, starting at 10 o'clock Saturday morning at 80 Phelps Road. In the meantime, check out the complete listing at ElmoreAuction.com. Elmore Realty and Auction, the name you've grown to trust in Barron County since 1935. Dakota Ray Elmore, principal broker and auctioneer. 731 WCLU, 69 degrees. It's warming up out there pretty quickly, I'll tell you. I've got lots of folks that need to be added to the birthday list here. We're going to share that here. Coming up, Ralphie's Fun Center sponsors that. We'll take care of that for you here just in a moment. I want to make sure you know that Downtown Cave City Concert is tonight at 7 p.m. It's going to be featuring Steel Country, and they are good. For information, call this number, 773-2188. Also, I want to remind you about the Sneed Family Singing Sunday at the Caneyville Church of God of Prophecy at 2857 Bowling Green Road in Caneyville, and that will be at 1 p.m. Ralphie's Fun Center says, let's have fun. It's birthday time.
When was the last time you got your Ralphie on? What's getting your Ralphie on, you ask? When you're winning prizes and lighting up the score in the arcade, you're getting your Ralphie on. When you're dancing under the lights on roller skates, you've turned on your inner Ralphies. When you bring your coworkers to bowl in the business league, your office staff has clocked in on Ralphie's time. If you suffer from symptoms such as lack of fun, feeling bored, if you get frequent urges to act like it's your birthday, or if you're just not smiling enough, you need to go to Ralphie's. That's Ralphie's Fun Center in Glasgow. A great place for any party, event, field trip, or church group. Get your Ralphie on.
Okay, first things first, I got to make sure you know that our Good as Gold honoree is also a person having a birthday today, as it works out. We want to tell you that we are patting on the back today by special request, Adam Lee Froggett. Now, Adam Lee Froggett has a birthday today, and in honor of his birthday, he's good as gold. Let's let him know about that from his friends here at WCLU. And a little taste of Texas. We sounded a 40 gong earlier today for Joe Wallace. She's celebrating the big 4-0 today. Dylan Key is 22. We have Devin Benjamin having a birthday today. Ruth Ann Hawks, Kimberly Tyler, Roanna Sexton, Terry Wells with a birthday today. Anniversaries for Laura and Chris Houchins, number 20, and Bob and Patty Hughes, number 50. How about that? Now, as we look at Saturday, Miss Mary Jane Hall, very nice lady. Mary Jane is 79 tomorrow. We have Tony Driver. Tony's grandmother called up to wish Tony a happy birthday tomorrow. Terry Cherry. Reagan Heron is 4. Yasmin Fogel is 19 on Saturday. And then on Sunday, we've got the birthday of Jordan Gossett, 651-9149 or 800-956-1023. Or online, here we be at WCLUradio.com. Looking forward to that. And let's see. We're going to come right back, and Aaron's going to join me for some wrapping up the week tidbit news straight ahead. So y'all come on back, okay?
Good morning, friends. It would seem to be quite common to hear or read some degrading remark about the character or quality of another person or group of persons. Why is it that we hear much about the supposed character defects of another race or social class or political stance or nationality or religion? I suspect it has a lot to say about the view a person has of themselves. The tongue is only speaking what the heart sees, and so often the heart sees self first. Out of a good heart will come good and honest statements. Out of a heart that lacks character will come statements that reflect that character. While I may not agree with the politics, the religion, the actions, and the affections, or the lifestyle of another, in fact, I may believe any or all of the former to be wrong morally, religiously, and ethically. I am called upon by Christ to treat and speak of that person as Jesus would, and as I would want to be treated and spoken of myself. Why is it that many feel compelled to continually slander, disparage, and ridicule those with whom they disagree? Perhaps the answer lies in the character of that person. Perhaps their words are only a mirror of what they see within themselves, and as such, those words simply reflect the image within. This is Danny White for the Refuge Church of Christ.
Shut that window! We can't afford to heat the whole neighborhood. You ever said that to someone in your house? Smith's companies depend on Smith Siding. You can too. Have Shane and Randall Smith look at your situation and start the process. In business for 44 years, we get it right. Smith Siding, 109 Ensminger Drive, behind Dairy Queen.
69 degrees at WCLU this morning, and I got to tell you about a gongaree here. I saw this yesterday because Gary Wilson was good as gold yesterday because he's 60 Sunday. We want to be sure to let everybody know. A great picture of Gary Wilson in a Barron County Trojan baseball uniform. And so now there's nothing left to do except for to say, Gary, welcome to the 60s. Number 60 on Sunday for Gary Wilson. I'm glad to know that. Good fella indeed. I'm sure he's going to have a very special. You can hold it. Hey, you know, it's not like that, but slide around over there for our audience viewers. You can see that BC on your shirt, Aaron. And but also Gary had on his uniform. looks good. You know.
Yeah.
So anyway, we're doing. Have I played the tidbit news intro?
You have not.
Okay. Well, so we got to make it official right here. Where is it? Here we are.
From the north, south, east, west, NEWS, here's the latest news.
Spinning the globe, around the world and up the street. It's news of a tidbit nature that won't necessarily make the the lead story, but even though the criteria for lead stories has changed of late, but nonetheless interesting. And Aaron took the lead on tidbit news, which should be interesting. I'm old enough to be your grandfather, so it should be interesting to see how far off base what you choose as tidbits is from me.
Gotcha. All right, we have let's see, I think a total of 2 or 3 stories about animals.
Okay, all right.
And then
decide, is it 2 or 3?
Yeah, let's see. I'm trying to look. I got 5 stories today.
Okay. I'm sorry.
We got 2.
Okay.
2 animals and then 2 criminals and then 1 that's just funny. But
okay, all right. I'm all ears.
All right. So, first story, we have New Jersey police fishing a deer out of a backyard pool who got stuck in the pool and just had to keep swimming.
Stuck in the pool.
Yeah. Didn't know how to, got in for a swim, didn't know how to get out. And so police had to come and fish, as it says, fish out the deer that decided to beat the heat by swimming laps, but could not get out of the pool.
Well, this is gonna make me sound dumb, which I don't have any trouble doing anyway. But can deer swim?
That's what I was wondering. I was wondering the same.
They're not built like, they don't have a lot of amphibious-looking features.
Yeah, so I don't know if it was just tall enough to not be underwater and was just running around in the pool. But that's what it looks like really in the video. Yeah. That it looks like it was tall, and that it's kind of like a 3-foot pool, and this deer's just tall enough to stand up and not drown. And so,
well, I'm sure that and that's a sad part about deer. They're beautiful creatures. Mm-hmm. This is the time of the year when they are, roaming around because of mating season and because of being newborn and all that sort of stuff.
Oh yeah.
So, but sometimes their lack of knowledge really gets them in a pickle.
Yeah, and thankfully some nice police officers there in New Jersey helped get them out of there.
We'll fish that deer out.
Yeah. All right, next tidbit news stories. Walmart mobility cart driver leads police on one of the slowest fast chases that you've ever seen. Fast-paced but slow speed is what it says here.
Okay, what is it? Walmart?
Like mobility? The little carts that people drive around.
Yeah. Okay.
Someone stole one.
Okay.
And was driving around town and was riding on main roads and things, and so the police were having to chase them, but they would not stop.
You don't think of that as being capable of big-time speed.
Yeah, so it's a witness captured a video of a slow speed chase involving police and a man who stole one from Walmart on a motorized shopping cart. Yeah. Daniel Williams captured the video Wednesday in Somerville, where he spotted a police car chasing a man on a mobility scooter shopping cart from their nearby Walmart. The cart appears to be running out of juice as he stops halfway through the street. Yeah.
I think they do run out of juice, don't
they? And the rider uses his feet to help propel the slow-speed vehicle, Fred Flintstone style.
That's right. The old Fred and Barney there trying to steal something from Walmart.
Yeah. So police said the man was stopped without serious incident, and the Walmart store declined to pursue charges in the case.
Okay. So anyway, but those things are probably, I don't know, but they're probably not cheap.
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't think so.
So
as long as it got returned to them without any damage, I figure they're okay.
Yeah, they got it charged up and say, hey, this is our famous mobility car.
Yeah. So we have this one. It is a buffalo turning the tables on a herd hunting lioness, and it is a video here. We can't show you, but it's a a lioness out.
And why can't you show it to us?
I don't have it set up yet.
Okay, I thought maybe it was some
No, nothing bad. Just, but a lioness attempt. There is something graphic. They do get one of them, the lioness. So that might not be suitable. But
Okay, all right.
a lioness's attempt to hunt a herd of buffalo in South Africa was foiled. One of the buffalo decided to turn around and start chasing the lioness away.
Good for the buffalo.
Yeah. The lioness gives chase, but then stops suddenly when the male buffalo turns and runs towards her. The lioness turns around and starts running at full speed with the buffalo behind her, and then the buffalo chased the lioness for over 100 meters before they stopped, and the lioness ran away from the scene entirely.
I'm sure that lioness at some point said, "That sucker's big."
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And at that point, the lioness decided to quit chasing.
Yeah. She's going to move on to hyenas or something.
Something. Yeah, that's right. You know, the poor old hyenas get picked on bad in all lioness situations.
Yeah. All right. Next one we have, this is very millennial, if you can imagine. A 17-year-old I'm 17, so this is sad to think somebody my age did this, but a 17-year-old in Palo Alto, California was arrested after allegedly breaking into a couple's home. And then according to police, he snuck into the house, snuck into their bedroom, and asked the sleeping residents for their Wi-Fi password.
All right. And who can remember that when they first wake up?
Yeah, just it's password 323.
Yeah, you know. Of course, some of those passwords they're required to be pretty, I guess, intricate.
Yeah, but breaks into a house just to use the Wi-Fi.
Hey, I'm not going to bother you, but I need your Wi-Fi. Which I don't think is too cool.
Yeah, I don't think they'd be okay with that. And then finally today we have an update. If you remember 2 or 3 days ago when we did the story about the guys stealing the shark from the aquarium.
I remember that. Yes,
he is, and the man that was responsible for this has released some statements. And so here we go. A man accused of stealing shark from the Texas aquarium has said he did so in an attempt to save the creature, and he was charged with theft. Claims that he is an activist, not a criminal, and was compelled to liberate the sea creature over fears that if the creature's welfare was being endangered by the inadequate tank conditions. But now the 38-year-old still faces charges for stealing the fish and taking the fish to his home, and then where he had kept it in a tank before being tracked down and returned to the aquarium by authorities.
I don't buy that excuse at all.
And so
I don't know that he probably doesn't know any better how to take care of a shark than the people at the aquarium do.
I just think it's great that I didn't steal the shark just because I wanted a shark.
That's right.
I am an activist. I am here to help.
I've got the shark's best interest in mind.
Yeah. So I took it out of water.
That's right.
Didn't put it back in the water for many minutes, all the way from driving from the aquarium to my home.
And a different type of water.
Is it because aren't sharks salt water?
I think they are. The ones I know are.
Yeah, that's why I would figure. I hope he had salt water in his tank at home.
It's just one of those weird. And, the thing is, he got away with it.
Yeah,
for a little while.
Yeah. He like a day or so. It took him a little bit to find him, but now he faces charges, and I'm sure he will face a hefty fine.
Yeah, and the thing about the shark is. There's no sharks. I don't think have a real established retail value.
No.
So you could charge him with all types of theft just if you want to make up the price of the value of the shark.
Yeah. Be like, this shark's
that's right,
$100,000.
This one is $90,000 because it's got 3 teeth in the bottom. Or something.
Yeah, I don't think there's an MSRP on sharks anymore.
No, that's right. It's like yeah. What's the wholesale value of the shark?
That's all I've got for tidbit news.
Well, that's good. I like that. You have a story on there that says this one is millennial.
Yeah.
That's sort of a disclaimer, I think.
Yeah.
All right. So thanks a lot, Aaron. You did a good job of looking up these tidbit news stories because we do people enjoy kind of hearing I guess we show the full gambit of things.
Yeah.
The local news all the way to shark thieves.
Shark thieves and millennials wanting Wi-Fi when they break in.
That's right. Excuse me, what's your password? That would be quite the way to wake up.
Yes.
All right, and we'll have more on Monday at Tidbit News. Thank you, Aaron.
Yep.
Hello, I'm Anthony Myatt. Thanks for calling. How can I help you?
I need life insurance, but it's so complicated.
It can be. As a Modern Woodman agent, I'm trained to design the best plan for you.
Great. Thanks a lot. I'm so glad I called you.
Call me anytime at 427-6807.
Get to know your local Modern Woodman representative to plan for your financial future and learn about valuable member benefits. Modern Woodman of America. Touching lives, securing futures. Securities offered through MWA Financial Services, Inc., a wholly owned subsidiary of Modern Woodman of America.
It was one of those moments. I was a proud dad standing behind my son as he just switched off on his first bicycle pedal, pulled out my cell phone, and what did I do? Dropped it. Yep, there it was. And I knew it was cracked the second I picked it up. I didn't worry because I knew where to take it, and that's Gadget Patchers, located at 199 Rogers Wells Boulevard in Glasgow. Gadget Patchers is a cell phone and computer repair store where I take all of my gadgets when they're in need of repair, whether that's cell phone screen, the charging port, or maybe it won't even come on at all now. And I have no doubt that Seth and all his talented staff at Gadget Patchers have the answers waiting for you. They can replace the entire screen, pretty much service a cell phone in any way imaginable. Time for an upgrade anyway? They've got newly refurbished phones and at great prices. Call Seth Arterburn down at Gadget Patchers at 270-228-0000 or stop in and get your repair quote on your device or bring it in and have them take a look at it, and you can shop around for a fully refurbished computer or laptop right in the store, as well as tablets and other phone accessories that you're going to need once you get that repair complete. Be sure to mention WCLU and get 10% off all accessories. Don't miss another one of life's events because of your broken device. See Gadget Patchers today.
Hey everybody, this is Earn Dog. I want to remind you all about the easiest way to remember where to find your next home or business. Just go to GlasgowKYHomes.com. That's where you'll find the complete listing of property available from Glasgow's Realty and Auction. Randy Gibbons, principal broker, is a personal friend, and I can assure you that he and Tara Vincent will treat you right. Located on the square in Glasgow, that's Glasgow Realty and Auction. Call 651-SOLD, and remember, GlasgowKYHomes.com.
Well, let me tell you, another nice lady having a birthday today. I mean, make sure I get it on the right day here. These things come at us left and right. It's today, Miss Lucretia Carter. Miss Lucretia Carter is having a birthday today, and we want to wish Lucretia Carter a happy, happy birthday on this, the 3rd day of August. Coming right back, we'll get a little music going here for you, too.
Do you use a debit card? Do you get paid by direct deposit or have a monthly bill set up for auto payment? Do you like the convenience of online banking